Good afternoon, boys and girls. Here we are again. I thought I would share another cooking video with you today. Today we're going to make pumpkin and coconut muffins. It's from the same website that I used last week called goodygoodyLunchbox.com.au. I'll link the web page for this recipe to the video so you can have a look. And I'm just learning about slides with Google Classroom and how I can create them so that you are able to add a photo into the slide and we can all share what we're cooking or reading or whatever at home at the moment. So just bear with me while I get on top of that. I'm not very techno savvy. I also have my daughter Bridie here this afternoon helping me get ready to do this cooking. So with these muffins, they're really, really good for your lunchbox. I'm actually using a pumpkin that I got from our school garden a couple of weeks ago, so that's really lovely. We have a bit of a compost heap in our backyard, so all of our scraps, we used to have chooks, but we don't at the moment, so all of our scraps go into a compost heap in the backyard, and pumpkin seeds have obviously planted themselves, and now we have a huge vine that's grown all on its own because of this beautiful rain that we keep getting. And we've got quite a few pumpkins growing, so we're so excited about that. I might take a photo and share that with you as well, and maybe you could plant some pumpkin seeds and see if they come. Yeah, so it's so nice to think we're eating pumpkins in our home and then we're putting the compost back into the soil to give the soil nutrients, and then it's providing back to us again with some homegrown pumpkins. So that's so nice. So this doesn't take long to prepare. I will also say that we have doubled the ingredients of this recipe today because we had quite a bit of pumpkin to get through. So we will be making a lot of muffins, but they freeze really, really well. So you can just put them in your freezer and just get them out as you want them and eat them, and they'll last for months and months in your freezer. So everything that we're doing today, we have doubled. So I'll run you through what we need. So I did chop up a pumpkin, and this is, again, I should remind you that you will need somebody, an adult, to help you at home. And you also need to wash your hands really well, and we've done that, haven't we, Bride? So with the pumpkin, you just cut off the skin and the seeds and just cut it into small cubes, and I just steamed it on the stove until it was soft, and then I've mashed it. So the recipe says 1 cup, but I've got 2. There's a lot of mashed pumpkin in here. We also need a cup of coconut cream. So you can buy coconut cream from the supermarket, different brands, but I'm again using 2 cups, and I've got that in a bowl here, but I won't show you right now because I might spill it. Coconut oil, it says half a cup, so I'm using 1 cup. And coconut oil is really lovely. It comes in jars like this, in different brands as well. If it's not very hot, like the weather's not very warm, the coconut oil will be quite hard, so you might just have to zap it in the microwave for a minute or sit it somewhere where it can melt a bit for a little while. Our maple syrup again. We need some vanilla essence. We need 2 eggs, so that means we need 4. And we've got 4 beautiful fresh eggs here again. 2 cups of self-raising flour, that's over there near Bridie, but we're using 4 because we're doubling, and I'm also using wholemeal flour. The recipe says 1/3 of a cup of coconut, so of course we've got 2 cups of 2/3 of a cup, I should say. Cinnamon, oh, here we go. It says half a teaspoon of cinnamon, so we're going to use 1 teaspoon. And pepita seeds to put on top of the pumpkin, of the muffins, but I didn't have any, and I sort of had a look at what I did have in the pantry that would suit. I didn't have a lot, so I've decided I'll just put a little sprinkle of sesame seeds on top just for some nice texture. So the first thing we need to do is preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, which I've done, so that's warming up now, and grease our muffin tins. So depending on the size of your lunchbox, you might like to make smaller cupcakes that will fit in your lunchbox better, or you can make big muffins if you're having them at home or whatever. So I do have muffin trays, but I sort of only half fill them so that they fit in my kids' lunchboxes. And I just give them a spray with that olive oil so that they don't stick. Okay, so in a large bowl, whisk the pumpkin and wet ingredients together. So you'll get our mashed pumpkin. It's a lovely colour because it's all homegrown. It's a lot of pumpkin, so you know that it's really good for you when you're having your pumpkin and coconut muffins. Get it all out because we don't want to waste it. Then what were the other wet ingredients? Our coconut cream. I'll just pour that in so you can see. It smells so nice. Coconut cream. Then we'll put in the coconut oil. Pull that out. And we should put the eggs in. Do you think, Bride? You want to help with cracking them and you can put it in? Nah. So it said 4 eggs, so we'll put 2 in. Oh, beg your pardon. It said 2 eggs, so we'll put 4 in. That one didn't want to crack very well for me. And 1 more. I'll just rinse my hands. Now, we'll just quickly stir that all in together. It's all combining really well. It's important everything does get mixed in together so it cooks properly. Okay, now when the wet ingredients are mixed, slowly stir through the dry ingredients until just mixed together. Well, we should also probably put in our maple syrup and vanilla essence because we would class that as wet, wouldn't we? So maple syrup, again, it says 1/4 cup, which would mean 2/4 of a cup, or 1/2 cup if you're converting. But that's quite a lot of maple syrup, and I don't tend to use too much sweet stuff, so I'll just put a good dollop in there. And how much vanilla essence did I need? 1 tablespoon of vanilla paste. So again, I'll just sort of using what we have at home at the moment. Just a splash of that will be fine. I might even do three little splashes of vanilla essence. And I'll just give that a bit of a stir. So, okay, so now, I don't know if you can see without it falling out. That's the colour. Nice in a pale orange. So let's put in the dry ingredients, which is our 4 cups of wholemeal self-raising flour and our coconut. And some cinnamon. So that was a teaspoon of cinnamon that we had to use. Just sprinkle that around so it goes through. In a second. So I'll just carefully, you have to be careful at this start, otherwise it sort of might look like it just did. It might flick out because it's lots of dry ingredients on the top. So just very gently start to fold it together. And just like our brownies that we did on Friday, you don't want to over mix it. So it's just about getting it stirred through, but not too much. If you have one of these muffins for recess, then you can know you've already had some veggies for the day, which is a great start to the day. Have lots of energy. You'll be able to run around and get some good work done. Okay, stir. And then all we have to do is put that into our muffin tins. Okay, thanks, Brad. So then you just pop however much you think, because remembering that we've used self-raising flour, so it will rise a little bit. So I'm really just doing half in each, and because I've doubled the ingredients, there will be a lot left in the bowl, so I will have to do quite a few different loads into the oven as they cook, but that's all right. It's worth it because we'll have a big stash of very healthy muffins in the freezer, ready to go anytime for a good, quick and healthy snack. So we'll keep doing that, and we'll put the link for the recipe on with this video, and we look forward to hearing about and seeing your cooking at home. Thank you for joining us. Say bye.